offline the last stream. The chat was a blur of excitement and warnings as thousands of viewers poured into the live stream. Messages rushed up the screen. "Don't do it, man. This place is cursed. Bet he won't last an hour." Liam grinned, soaking up the attention. This was his arena. The adrenaline, the risk, the crowd hanging onto every word. "All right, folks," Liam's voice boomed through his headset, smooth with just the right touch of cocky confidence. "Tonight's the night. Ravenswood Hotel. Yeah, that Ravenswood, the one you've been begging me to explore. Legends, ghosts, whatever. It's just a building." He winked at the camera, the glow from his dual monitors reflecting in his eyes. His phone buzzed. A text from his best friend, "Ethan, bro. Seriously, don't. There are things you shouldn't mess with." Liam scoffed, muttering under his breath, "People are so dramatic." He glanced at the stream chat. Donation alerts popped up like fireworks. $50, no joke. Dude, people disappear there. $100. Double dare you to go to room 313. Room 313. Huh. Liam smirked. Challenge accepted. His viewers erupted in a mix of laughter, applause emojis, and skull icons. This was what they wanted. Danger, suspense, entertainment. Outside, the night air was colder than he expected. He pulled up his hood, camera strapped to his chest, live feed on. His flashlight flicked on, cutting through the darkness as the outline of the Ravenswood Hotel loomed ahead. It was worse in person. The facade was a decaying skeleton of what must have once been grand. Windows shattered like jagged teeth, walls covered in peeling paint and invasive vines. Above the entrance, a battered neon sign flickered erratically. Most of the letters were burnt out, leaving only fragments of the hotel's name. "Okay," Liam whispered to himself, nerves prickling despite his bravado. His footsteps crunched on gravel, the sound unnervingly loud in the quiet. Behind him, the town lights seemed miles away, too far to matter now. Standing before the heavy double doors, he paused. This is just for the stream. In, explore, out, easy views. He pushed, and with an agonizing creak, the doors yawned open, exhaling a stall, cold breath from the darkness within. He glanced at the camera. Let's see what all the fuss is about. As he stepped inside, the doors groaned shut behind him, and the live stream connection glitched. The door groaned shut behind him with a heavy thud, sealing Liam inside the Ravenswood Hotel. The sudden silence pressed against his ears, broken only by the faint hum of his live stream gear. "All right, Chad, we're in," he whispered, his voice echoing through the vast, empty lobby. His flashlight beam sliced through the darkness, revealing a swirling dance of dust particles, every breath toasted of mold and age. The lobby, once grand, lie in ruin. A chandelier, half its crystals missing, hung precariously above, casting fractured shadows across the warped floorboards. Faded wallpaper peeled from the walls like old, curling parchment. Furniture sat overturned, as if the place had been abandoned mid-panic. His chat exploded. Nope, nope, nope. Bro, leave. That bell just rang by itself. Turn back now. Liam's heart jumped, but he forced out a laugh. Old building. Guys. Wind or something. His words felt thin against the suffocating darkness. But then he saw it. An old reception desk, covered in dust, papers scattered across it like forgotten memories, and behind it, the source of the sound, a tarnished service bell, motionless, no breeze, no movement, just dinging. He swallowed hard. Okay. Moby, that's just settling noises. His voice wavered. His flashlight swept over a broken chair, a suitcase still waiting for an owner that never returned. Find footprints. His trailed across the dust-lined floor. Or were they already there? Room 313, he muttered, glancing at the hallway stretching before him. The air grew colder as he stepped forward, his boots sinking into a tattered, moth-eaten carpet. Ceiling lights flickered sporadically, casting jittery shadows along the walls. Then he noticed it. At the far end of the hallway, a door, half open. A faint glow seeped out, pulsating like a slow heartbeat. His chat flooded with desperate pleas. Don't go in there. This isn't funny anymore. I'm getting chills. Turn around. Liam exhaled shockily. You guys wanted this. Let's finish what we started. But as he took another step, the glow seemed to pulse brighter, almost like it was waiting. Liam's footsteps creaked across the warped floor as he approached the front desk, the worn wood groaning beneath his hand. His flashlight beam swept across scattered papers, faded postcards, and a cracked brass bell, silent now, but its recent echo still rang in his mind. And there it was, an old, leather-bound guest book, coated in a thick layer of dust. His fingers hesitated before brushing it off, sending a cloud into the air that caught in his throat. Coughing, he muttered, vintage vibes. Huh. His chat rolled by. Why are you touching that? Bro, this is how horror movies start. It already started. He flipped the brittle pages carefully, eyes skimming faded ink noms. Harold Whitaker, 1972. Beatrice Lorne, 1975. Samuel and June Carter, 1978. The handwriting becomes shocky near the end. Then he saw it. The final entry, dated October 12, 1978, read in scrawled letters. They never checked out. His stomach twisted. Okay. That's creepy. He glanced at the camera with a forced grin, probably someone's idea of a joke. The chat exploded. Dude behind you. No, 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 look. I just saw a shadow. ITMOVD. Liam's heart pounded as adrenaline surged. Spinning around, his flashlight darted across the empty lobby. Crumbling walls, overturned chairs. No one. Guys, there's nothing here, he insisted, though his voice trembled. But then, faint, barely noticeable, the cracked mirror behind the desk caught his light. In the reflection, a shape, a blurred silhouette, watching. He turned. Empty. Chat spammed skull emojis, panic messages, flooding faster than he could read. His throat felt dry. Why you're seeing things, he whispered, less to them and more to himself. His eyes flicked back to the guest book. The ink. It looked fresh. And for the first time, Liam wondered if he'd made a mistake. Room 306. Go there. That's where it happened. Bet you won't open the door. Liam's chat was relentless, egging him on with dares and donation alerts. His nerves were fried, but the surge of adrenaline and pride kept him moving. All right, he muttered, swallowing hard. Room 306, it is. You guys really love this haunted stuff. The hallway seemed longer now, stretching endlessly as his flashlight flickered with each step. The worn carpet gave way to bare floorboards that creaked beneath his feet. He scanned the tarnished room numbers. 302, 304. The door stood oddly intact, unlike the others. Its brass numbers gleamed, untouched by time. Why is this one different? He hesitated. It's just for the stream. In and out. With a deep breath, he reached for the knob. It turned easily. The door swung open, and everything changed. Inside wasn't the decay he'd expected. It was pristine. The walls were clean, the bed neatly made with crisp sheets, a voice of wilted, but somehow untouched flowers on the nightstand. An old rotary phone sat off the hook, emitting a soft click. Clicky, clicky. Curtains fluttered gently, though there was no breeze. His chat blew up. Why does it look normal? Bro, get out, get out. This aren't right. Liam's camera feed glitched. Static lines cutting across the screen. What the hell? He tapped the device, but the distortion only worsened. Then he heard it. Whispering. He froze. The voice was faint, but familiar. All right, Chad. We're in. It echoed. His own words from earlier, repeating back to him. His pulse spiked. That's not funny, he said, backing toward the door. That's not funny. The voice mimicked, a half-second delayed. His breath quickened. The whispering liared. voices overlapping. His voice replying everything he'd said since entering, like the room was listening, recording, repeating. And then he glanced toward the window. A figure, shadowy, standing just beyond the glass, watching. His flashlight flickered out. Darkness. The room seemed to close in on him, walls pressing tighter with each breath. Liam's flashlight flickered violently, casting erratic shadows that danced across the walls. His camera feed, normally crystal clear, glitched with jagged static lines. Is the stream lagging, or is it just me? Bro, your camera's freaking out. Look behind you. Oh my God, turn around. The comments flooded in, a cascade of panic that slammed against Liam's nerves. His pulse pounded in his ears. Swallowing, he glanced over his shoulder. Empty. Just the perfectly preserved room, the phone off the hook, the gently swaying curtains. No one there. Why, you guys are seeing things, he stammered, forcing a shucky laugh. There's no one. But then he glanced at the corner of his live stream screen. His blood turned to ice. Behind him, clear on the feed, but invisible to his eyes, a figure stood, dark, faceless, its form blurred like smudged ink, yet unmistakably human-shaped. And it was closer than before. Bro, run. It's moving closer. This isn't funny anymore. Heart hammering, Liam spun around. Nothing. His breath come in short gasps. This is some kind of glitch. Right. His voice cracked. A prank. Someone's messing with me. But on the screen, the figure inched forward, step by step. Closer. Closer. He backed away, knocking into the nightstand. The rotary phone clicked, then began to ring. Loud, piercing, relentless. His viewers spammed the chat, comments flashing too fast to read. Panic surged. This isn't funny anymore. The screen cut to static, and the stream went dark. The stream had ended hours ago, or at least it should have. But the comments didn't stop. Liam, are you okay? Why is this still live? What? This part wasn't here before. Bro, that's not Liam. On Liam's channel, the auto replay cycled through the footage. The jokes, the bravado, the growing dread, until it reached the static. Normally, that would be the end. But now, something new appeared. The screen cleared. The live stream timer kept ticking. Live for 12:37. The camera, still streaming from somewhere inside Ravenswood, showed a long, empty hallway. Lights flickered overhead. Silence stretched like a taut string. Then, footsteps, soft, slow, echoing. A figure emerged into view. Not Liam. Taller, motionless, standing dead center of the from, facing the camera. Its fuzz, wrong, blurred, as if reality itself refused to hold its features. The chat exploded. That's not Ochayem. What am I watching? Turn IT off, turn IT off, turn IT off. And then text appeared on the screen. Not typed, not part of the chat. Just there, scrawled across the video feed like a final, chilling whisper. See you next stream. The figure tilted its head, watching, whatting, and the live icon glowed red in the corner. Unblinking, unending.